The issue educators face is that we're preparing students for a world of opportunities that lies ahead of them. But how do we keep informed about that world and its opportunities? We can provide you with a solution. Why don't we go and meet and talk with different people in different organisations so that they share with us what they do and how they do it? We don't give participants advance warning as to where we're going in order to avoid any preconceived ideas. Some of our days are themed, for example science or disaffected students or community reach or performance. Others are a broad update.
Well, as usual with Bryanston Square, I didn't know what to expect. So that's a good thing, because you're not actually, you're not preconditioned, your mind's not there. So you're open to ideas. Yeah. And I think that's a good thing.
Immersion Days offer you a chance to gain an insight into how a range of organisations manage their day-to-day processes, the people and the places in which they do it. We have built relationships with over 140 organisations in London and across Europe who are quite prepared to share everything which they do with you. Many have been through a process of significant change. Some are noted for their innovative approaches to management, whilst others have gone to great lengths to support and express their ethos through design.
I'm assuming you're going to take us to places that you think are inspirational and fit for purpose. And I'm going to be looking for buildings that do their job but do it well, and are offering students, if we're going to schools, offering students or whoever uses the buildings a bit of a wow factor.
In hospitals and in so many schools, and is that professionals are here, and certainly patients feel vulnerable and feel they're here. In Maggies, we actually flip that the other way, so it's actually quite hard for the staff to come to terms with sometimes, because actually, unless you've had a diagnosis of cancer, you really don't know what it feels like. So actually, people are experts of their own experience. Now, normally when people come in, the first thing I ask them is, how did the building make you feel? In hospitals and a lot of institutions, functionality takes priority and feeling is suppressed. And actually I think what Maggies does is probably levels it out.
As a child, I wouldn't like to walk in here and go and explore it. It just doesn't feel like a child-friendly space to me. It's more adult-orientated, I think.
Got a lot of potential for school builds in some ways. Love the open spaces, not sure how I could afford that in a school, but fantastic sort of use of open spaces with those little pods for meeting rooms, love that. Like the coloured glass on the outside, which sort of breaks it up. So yeah, lots of interesting ideas. Yeah, lots of things that would work, I think, far more things that would work than wouldn't.
I'd find it difficult. There's no privacy. So, for example, if you needed to sort of time out from, you're working very pressured in front of loads of people, and sometimes you just need that time where you can go off and be by yourself or with a small. Everything's behind glass. Everything's behind. So it felt like you were visible at every single moment of the day, and I'd find that incredibly pressurised.
And do you think your students and your colleagues know that places like that exist?
No, probably not. Because actually, I didn't know places like that exist on that scale. So in that respect, it was, a learning environment. It was something that I've learnt, but I know that I wouldn't respond well to that. But then there are other people that would respond well to that sort of learning. So that's good, I guess. So I've turned it on its head now. It was good.
Not so much about the building, but the systems and structures. Like the fact that students serve each other on the tables, and they have their home tables. They go to the same table every day for their lunch. Member staff on every single table. That's fantastic. And I like the small. They call them. The small, tiny little tutor groups of 6 they have. Yeah, there's a lot of things there that I think we would want to look at and copy.
Through an immersion, you will make contacts with different people. You'll learn about how they go about their businesses. You'll see what they do and how they do it and where they do it. You'll bring back ideas and contacts back to your place of work. You'll see ways of improving what you do and be proud of what you do really well. You'll also see ways of starting what you don't do at all. Finally, and perhaps most importantly, you will reset your benchmarks. It's a challenging day.
I've been on one of your Immersion Days before, found it absolutely fascinating, so I was quite excited to come again today, and have got a whole load more of new ideas and things to put into plans, so yeah, it's great.